So we installed the sash. Now let's try opening it. A lot of the times when you install it and it's perfectly plumb level square, you don't have to do any adjustments, but there are like 8 locking pins that need to interlock with the receivers, and basically everything has to perfectly align with each other. So in this case, when we try to open the window, we have a little bit of resistance in the back. And we don't want to fully pull it towards it because I think one of the receivers is still interlocked with the locking pin. So the locking pin is a little bit lower than the receiver. So I installed it in a way because sometimes that does happen and people don't know what to do. So it's super easy and simple to fix this. You just remove the receiver and you position it a little bit lower from where it was. So now when we close the window, it perfectly aligns and we can fully close it. So when it comes to adjusting the window, you have 3 points of adjustments. So the whole entire sash can go up, the top can go left and right, and the bottom can go left and right. So this window specifically can be adjusted where the sash can go up, the top can go left and right, and the bottom can go left and right as well. So the top, the up and down adjustment is in the bottom hinge from the top. You can take any Allen key, I believe it's 4 millimeters. And if you twist it clockwise, then it'll lift the sash up. Counterclockwise, it'll release the sash down. Now another point of adjustment is right here. So we would need to open the window for this scenario. So this adjustment here will move the sash left to right. So this will move it right, and then this will move it left. And then the third point of adjustment is the top to go left or right. You have another Allen bolt right here. So counterclockwise, front away from the hinge, clockwise towards the hinge. So in this case, after the installation, there is a little bit of rubbing on the bottom. So what I can do is I can just lift the sash up. I need to make sure that if I lift it up, I didn't lift it too much. That way the top isn't touching as well. So this is works perfectly right now. Sometimes if you need to lift the top, so let's say it's rubbing on this corner right here, you can use this top adjustment and bring the sash a little bit to the right, so towards the hinge, and that way it'll lift this bottom up. So there's a couple of different ways to do it, or you can move this bottom adjustment to the left and it'll do the same. It really depends on where your sash is situated when it comes to the frame. If you want to start over and you're not sure where the window's at, something's rubbing and you have no idea where to move the sash, whether you have to lift it or where you want to position the sash with the frame, you can take a marker or pencil and you can mark where the sash is located on the frame when it's closed on each side. And as you can see, it's about 2 millimeters away right now, so I know that it's a little bit further than needed. But if you look at the markings that I did, so we have about 3/8 of an inch here, 3/8 of an inch here, we have 1/2 an inch here, and 1/2 an inch here, and then we have about 1/2 an inch here as well. So once I marked the perimeter, I can open the window and I can see my markings here. So just basically looking at the markings, we have the same equal distance on the side. The top is the exact same, right is the same, and then the bottom is the same as well. However, on the bottom, you can see that the distance is a little bit more than the top, which means that we need to lift the sash up. That's why it's touching a little bit. So the overlap of the window should be 8 millimeters. So about 3/8 of an inch. So the whole perimeter should be about 8 millimeters on each side. So if it's a little bit less on top, a little bit more on the bottom, you can just lift the sash up and achieve that 8mm overlap. Once the sash is adjusted, we're good to go. We can go ahead and install the covers. And usually the windows come without a handle. We can install the covers and install the handles. Usually the handles will be installed on site. We'll just provide the handles in a separate box. You install the handle and you're good to go. The last thing to do is just install low expansion foam around the perimeter. All right, so now the window's all taped up, waterproofed. Before the trim, I do recommend a drip cap on the top. Tape the drip cap. You notice that we did not tape the bottom of the window, and we left about a 3/8 of an inch, sometimes it's half to 3/8 of an inch gap here. That way when we have our historic sill and we make a little notch, we install that notch under the window, and then we do the trim boards on the sides and top. Seal everything here. That way if there's any water or if the sealant fails over time on that sill, we have the sill going under the window. That way it can still be directing the water away from the house. And we don't fully rely on sealant itself, but just gravity and sloped sills. All right, guys, this is how to install a tilt and turn European style window. How to waterproof it. We're gonna have another video on how to install the interior trim and exterior trim, but these are the basics. Thanks for watching, and thank you for choosing DECA.